Hi there, Machedo. Speaking to you from Machedo.com. Who's Machedo and Think Personal Branding. In today's updates, you have news from Saudi, you have a bit of Dubai, you have businesses that have shut down in Dubai, you have jail term for Pakistani and an Indian, which I'll tell you about. You have a question about passports. And in terms of readers, plenty of news from readers which are not published in the paper. Some controversy that is there. Then you have driving schools controversy. SRK, Shah Rukh Khan's image being manipulated and used without permission. You have some funny news. You have Majid Al Futtaim, one major retailer closing down. You have a jail story. You have, shockingly, Rahaf, who was that Saudi girl. Now you have a case that is Dubai-based. You have a vacancy for a senior position in India. And then you have a Qnet scam. So before I do move further, I have to apologize that I've not been able to come out with a video yesterday. The reason being is I've been busy helping people get jobs in Dubai, UAE. Lots of vacancies have been there. And like I told you, my priority is my clients first. First, I have to help them get jobs. Especially the preparing for the interview phase is tough because you just have one chance. So there are a couple of multinational companies and local companies which I've been busy placing people. I'll talk more about it in the video session later. So let's quickly move on. Now, this one was given to me by one of the readers. He just said that in mirror.co.uk, a boy age 6 was beheaded in front of a screaming mum in Saudi Arabia for being in the wrong religion. Now, it was pretty graphic if you actually read it. It seems this driver just moved the car at the side, grabbed the boy who was 6 years old, grabbed a bottle, then took shards of glass and kept stabbing the boy's neck until he managed to decapitate the boy. And he did it for the name of religion. Now, there are two ways to look at it. Number one is the guy was mentally ill. Number two is, this normally happens in Islam. It doesn't happen in Christianity. I've not heard about anyone being decapitated for Christianity or Hinduism or Buddhism. It's majority of the cases take place in Islam. If you ask me, I would just say that, religion is like a sickness. It makes you do lots of crazy stuff. Yes, there are good bits that people do for the sake of a God, for the sake of going to heaven, for the sake of blessings from whichever gods. But on the other hand, you have these extreme cases of madness that people do to gain favors from some god because they translated the book, which can be translated into millions of different ways. So I just find anyone who follows religion to the extreme, I keep away from them. Good, bad, or ugly, whatever they believe. I mind my business, you mind yours. That's as far as it goes. The next one is EU is to blacklist Saudi. European Union is pushing to blacklist Saudi. Dated 8th February, Brussels is planning to push ahead with the plans to name Saudi and Panama on the blacklist of high-risk countries to fight dirty money, despite resistance from France, Germany, and UK. You have the news both in Financial Times and Reuters. My personal take on this is, the Western countries, they have this double standard where they can do a lot of shit and get away with it. But if they see anyone else doing shit, they don't tolerate it. And when they are tight with money, wherever they see money, they just want to do something. And it has always been the case of East versus West. The West always pushing their agenda. So if the Middle East cooperate and do everything that the West wants, then they're good guys. But if they have their own agenda, they're bad guys. But the West can have their own agenda. Like the West, US can, let's say, invade Venezuela. It can invade Iran. It can invade Iraq. It can invade Vietnam. Okay? And they can give various excuses. Oh, there are weapons of mass destruction. Oh, people are dying and suffering. When they have their own problems and they don't solve that. So, apart from Saudi, they also want to blacklist Iran, Iraq, Syria, Afghanistan, Yemen, and North Korea. So you can see the pattern that is happening there. Then the next one is Dubai with Skypods. It seems that it seems in the annual World Government Summit, WGS, it's a platform where you introduce new ideas in life-changing technologies the RTA presented the Road Transport Authority of UAE its version of Skypod. Now, I find this as gimmicks. UAE just wants attention to show, yes, we are working on the latest technology. They don't ask themselves, is it sustainable? They don't have a deadline. They just have this big hype, ooh la la, to show, yes, we are modern. Like the Hyperloop, which they unveiled. We don't know when is it going to be ready. They unveiled the flying taxis. Remember the flying taxis 2 years ago? They made a big noise about it. They showed it. No news, 2 years, nothing is happening. So I just find all these gimmicks, you can take passengers in the air, it's a taxi and all that. These are all gimmicks. Nothing is going to happen. Why? Because when you have basic transport, which is still not available to the population, when you have construction units which are still not delivered on land, then you have construction units which you have dumped money into the sea that's not completed, then what are you trying to show, air and all that? It's like I've not delivered 10 projects which I'm supposed to deliver to you, and I'm busy announcing, oh, I've introduced another 5 more projects this side and another 5 more projects this side. Complete the goddamn projects first. Stop all these gimmicks. Stop trying to be, trying to show people, because the more you bullshit, the more you keep showing off, one day people will find, just shut the fuck up, man. Just shut the fuck up. That's what it is. It's like this guy from Goras who was supposed to be the number one or the most highly read, the most popular CEO who was writing answers. People used to talk so highly about him. And then he said, I'm going to launch this new robot in India's fair. And when they showed the robot, it was so embarrassing. It was just this big little dumpster machine on wheels. It doesn't do anything apart from just, answer 2-3 questions. That guy, who's supposed to be the most widely read Quora person, lost his respect. And this became the laughing stock for India. Same thing with UAE. I mean, solve your shit first. Get your house together. Then we have another news, which I did speak about a couple of days ago. Taco Bell is closing down. I mentioned this a couple of days ago, and I asked you to give me confirmation. Well, I did a bit of research, and I found out they have reported that Taco Bell is officially closing down because of lack of business. It's pretty simple. If you watch that video that is on YouTube, it's pretty evident that because they have a Mexican kind of menu, not many people are eager. But personally, I look at it as they've succeeded in Kuwait. The reason, so what is the reason? They have failed in Dubai. They both are Arabic countries, they both are Muslim countries. So why succeed in one, fail in one? The reason why they failed in Dubai is because Dubai has too many restaurants. It already has, they're tied up with Americana. They already have pizza. They already have KFC. They have, Fuddruckers. They have Applebee's. They have so many, like TGI, so many outlets. I mean, you're introducing one more. In fact, if you go to some of the shopping malls, you can even get cheaper options. So there's no reason why anyone should go to Taco Bell. So Taco Bell was expecting to do big guns. Nothing happened there. Many brands, they try to succeed globally, but they fail because, you have your day-to-day style of eating, especially Indians. They have the traditional breakfast, which is time-bound, which is so healthy. So nobody wants to grab a donut. Like Dunkin' Donuts has failed in India. So nobody wants to grab a donut and start eating that. So this is actually my view. So I look at it as too many competitors in the field. And yes, there's nothing special. There's nothing so great about what you're giving because now there are so many options. You also have the bankruptcy of, this is shut down business due to bankruptcy. Payless Shoes is shutting down globally. That is CNBC. CNBC, they say that they are applying for bankruptcy because they have closed 400 stores. That was in 2017 when they applied for bankruptcy. They tried to resurrect themselves. Now they have 2,700 stores in North America. It's not working out. They're going to shut down. So how does it affect UAE? Because they have 3 shops in Dubai, 1 in Sharjah. So do look out for big sale over there because they'll try to get rid of their entire stock. Now you have a bit of news from great achievements from Pakistanis, something that Pakistanis can be proud of. We have a 1-year jail term for a Pakistani businessman, 35-year-old, who presented bogus documents. He had a forged Emirates ID. He had a forged passport and visa. He had a copy. He had a forged salary certificate showing that he was earning roughly $4,000 or 12,600 dirhams. He attempted to take a loan of $44,000 or 159,000 dirhams, and he got caught. He is such a fucking dick. I mean, you seriously think you can forge a passport, you can forge an Emirates ID, take it to a bank and not get caught? I mean, pretty ambitious Pakistani guy. Now he'll enjoy the rest of his time in jail and make Pakistan proud of him. And since India and Pakistan are competitors, you have India also trying to compete in the aspect of going to jail. But this one is more sexual related. So you have a 35-year-old British woman who, after her yoga classes, maybe she was wearing a yoga outfit and yoga pants to show her ass, her bum, her boobs and everything else. So, she feels good about herself. So you had this British woman very happily, taking her assets to show off to her husband and keep him happy. So as she was going to the 37th floor, you have 24-year-old Indian who maybe has not seen anyone apart from aunties dressed up in saris and his village people. So there, as soon as he came into the elevator, he, like you said, came into the elevator. As soon as he saw, ooh, white skin, ooh, ass, boobs, he couldn't control himself because he didn't get shagged for very long. So he started, massaging himself. And she apparently heard him having moans and groans, but she was too scared to look in his direction, too scared to confront him. She should have, and too scared to do anything. So by the time he he arrived on the 34th floor. He walked out. She went out on the 37th floor, but found something, funny, wet. When she checked, it was his semen, which he donated to her. She was pretty pissed off, not flattered that Indian guy masturbated looking at her. So she called the security guys. Security guys looked at the camera, identified the guy, called the police. Police sent the forensics. They checked his donation to her. And then next day, they were, prepared, 5:30 p.m. The guy came back again, thought he would see another British lady whom he could have a nice massage and relax once again. After a hard day's work, I'm supposed to relax. So police were there to help him relax. This time they caught him. He admitted to the crime. Now, DNA successful match. So now he's going to successfully spend time in jail and then go to India, and he can be proud about the fact that he couldn't control himself. He needs to get married and, get satisfied. So I got this question that was, I got this statement after being sent a link. Khaleej Times, does your office keep your passport? Here's the law. Now, I'm pretty sure the law will say, no, they are not allowed. A passport is an international document. They are not allowed. Now, just ask yourself, if you're an expat and you're coming to Dubai or you're coming to the UAE and the owner just made you shift base from India all the way to UAE, and you have shifted, you've told your family, your relatives, I'm going to start a new life in Dubai. And then the employer says, give me your passport. And then you say, no, as per this law, I will not give you the passport. Owner gets pissed off. He says, okay, fuck off, go back to your country. Now, if he is a rich, influential person, if he's a very powerful local or he's a local, you think that guy who just arrived in UAE can take this guy to court, produce 50,000 dirhams or 100,000 dirhams and put a case on him, or sue the company, a guy who's just come to earn his livelihood. See, the thing is, these laws, they sound good on paper, but the reality is you can't do anything to a rich, successful, or powerful guy, especially if he's a local. The rule applies to all countries, So this rule is good in terms of paper, but the reality is you can't do anything. Yes, you can have some brave people, and you do have brave people. Like I know a Filipina, I know who was my ex-girl, I know another Indian guy. His friend was British. They both worked in the same company. Yes, they said no to the management, no to the manager. So they kept it hush-hush, and they gave them the passport. So these are one-off cases. And yes, if it's a Fortune 500 company, they do hand over your passport, because I have relatives who have their passports in their hands. However, the majority the majority of companies, they take your passport, especially if you're in safe zone, that is Sharjah, free zone, they take your passport. You can't do anything there. I know because my visa was there of Sharjah free zone, and whomsoever were my employees all took my passport. So this is the news. Now let's move on to the readers and their updates. So first, I just want to say that apologies for the delay in putting these updates. One of the reasons for the delay in putting these updates is because now a lot of jobs have started to just come out into the open in terms of the Middle East, and I've been busy with lots of clients, helping them get proper placement, especially with interviews. It takes a lot of hard work. So like I told you, money is first, then all this is next. So I've been working with a lot of clients in helping them get good jobs. And I'm really looking forward to the success stories with my clients because, end of the day, that is what pays my bills. So I hope that is understandable to you and excusable. Let me address a couple of things from readers. Please, my big request to you, stop sending me updates which are of no benefit to anyone. Like so many people send me, oh, Lloyd, what do you think of the rents going down? I've spoken about the rents going down again and again. It doesn't make sense me speaking again. Remember this is nothing but the media trying to portray as it is a positive news. That's why they keep repeating it. Then people have sent me news about Dubai, help Dubai identify this man. It doesn't benefit anyone identifying one laborer. Okay, I'm sorry about it, but it's, viewers are not tuning in to identify the guy. Second one is 4 people send me Apple blocks Facebook research over privacy breach. Why are you sending me that? It's known. Everyone does this. It's not something new. It should be very obvious to you when you use a smartphone device, when you, let's say, use the internet of a particular country, or when you're in the airport or in the shopping mall and you use the Wi-Fi, they can access all your data. It is but obvious. No matter what anyone says, trust me, they can access all your data. Okay. Then people send me this, a guy from Bombay is suing his parents for giving birth to him. He's just an attention grabber. He's an attention whore. He just wants attention. Like how I put tattoos, and I love the attention for a couple of years when I was young. He wants attention. So this is his 5 minutes of fame. And then one lady called me. She actually called me and spoke to me for, I think, literally, I would say 45 minutes. And she was telling me, I went to this government department and this young Arab guy, first he was talking English, then automatically he turned to his friend and said, this old lady thinks she is something. And he said, and she understood Arabic and she said, how dare you call me old? So then she was telling me, all these Arab locals are bad. Excuse me, I'm sorry, not all Arab locals are bad. It's just a one-off incident. So you can't, brand everyone in the same way. And obviously you're old. You're old, so he called you old. I don't see anything offensive in that. And, she was chewing my brains, and so much that I could understand why this young Arab guy, must have called her that. So then I asked her, what service do you actually need? No, nothing. I just wanted to express myself. So I'm sorry, but I'm not agony aunt, for those of you who want to know. And then I had this particular, expat family send me photographs of dogs and cats chained to a gate where they just want to show that this Arab local family is abusing their cats and dogs. Now, the majority of locals, they abuse their animals. The reason being is they consider animals low level. For them, an animal is meant to be outside, not in the house. Proof of this, anyone who follows Islam is not allowed to touch a dog. Okay, that's why you'll see Malayalis or South Indians, especially or Muslims or Arabs, they will never touch a dog, fondle a dog, because they think a dog is dirty. But, booze is okay, alcohol is okay. Some of them, okay, not all, some of them. So I just find this retarded, outdated religious practices. So anyway, that's another story in itself. So I was telling you, so I don't see any reason why I should focus on one Arab family and show, oh, they are abusing this dog. Please, this is not a channel for save the dog or save the cat. Okay. Now, one of the readers sent me this question, why do Asians run behind Goras or people from the West? It's very simple. There is always this fascination for white. Like here in Thailand, they have this fascination for white skin. That's why there's so much of money being spent on white creams. There's so much of money being spent on even cold drinks. They they claim that these cold drinks have cellulites or cellu something, which makes your skin white. They have creams that they literally put creams, like you can see the smudge, the color of the, they put it on their cheeks when they go outside in the sun. Some of them literally cover themselves completely. Some of them even refuse to go out during the daytime. Like that previous ex-Thai girl that I had, she would not go out during the day, only in the evenings or only when it was cool. The reason for this is the media projects white skin as nice. Like if you look at India, fair and lovely, fair and handsome. There's never dark and handsome. There's never dark and lovely. Okay, so people think white is wow, white is superior. So then when you have these Goras who look white, then you're like, wow. And then when you have the Western media that keeps showing, movies where the white guy is the superior one, where they have this accent, hi, how are you? Would you like a cup of tea, please? And people say, oh, wow, that English is so fantastic, fantastic. When you have that kind of outlook, and especially when the dollar value is higher than a rupee or a baht or in any other Asian currency. So people think that they're superior. The funny thing is, if you actually mix them and look at the majority, you have beggars, you have people with no education, you have people who are laborers, you have people who don't even know what is the internet. Like, for example, when Mark Zuckerberg was asked to testify before Congress, even the members of the parliament, even members of the Congress were asking dumb, stupid questions. Okay. So in my personal experience, I mixed with so many whites. They're normal people, normal guys. Yes, they are aware of the fact that Asians look up to them, worship them, think highly of them. They are aware of that. They are aware of the fact that they can get away by, oh, hi, I'm superior to you. They are aware of that. And the biggest problem is our Asians themselves look up to them and worship them and bend over just for them. And that's the reason why even Arabs, they treat Asians like shit. When you bend over and show your ass, someone will come and fuck it. Okay, that's what I tell people. So if you have self-respect, if your self-respect comes from within, you will learn to ask and demand for respect. So that is why the educated Asians, the educated Indians, Pakistan, they don't give a jack shit about your white, your fucking Western passport, or whatever the fuck you are. Like for me, even though I'm a school dropout, you can be educated in Harvard Business School, you can have $1 billion. I give a fuck to it. Okay. Respect is in terms of merits, and it's common sense. If someone from, let's say, the ruling family, the monarchy, or someone who's powerful, who's dangerous, even if he's an underworld don, well, I'll use my brains over there and not get into trouble. But otherwise, for me, everyone's equal. You have a conversation, even if you have $1 million, you're not going to give it to me. So I hope that is clear. The next one is in terms of driving school. This gentleman has been complaining about Belhasa driving school, saying that they don't give you a fixed price, they keep failing you, they keep making you repeat the test. And he asked me which is better, Belhasa or Emirates driving school. As far as I look at it, Belhasa came, it got created just to ensure that they could give you a driver's license, which, the private companies, when they were trying to give you the license and you would be failed repeatedly, they decided to standardize, and that's why Belhasa came and Emirates Driving School came. Now, if you want to know which one is good, find out from people who have graduated from either of those classes and got their driver's license. Personally, if you ask me, because I was in the UAE for 40 years, my parents 55 years, I remember the days where in Sharjah, that is Sharjah driving school, the Sharjah government, they would make the Asians fail at least for years and years. The minimum was 2 to 4 years you would fail continuously. I know one gentleman who failed for 11 years. He failed 11 years driving test, even though he was a driver in India. He was a driver, he had his business, everything else, but they would purposely make him fail, maybe because his attitude was not good. So I would just say, check with people who have already come out of those schools and you'll come to know which one is better. The next one is Shah Rukh Khan. One of my previous videos where Shah Rukh Khan spoke on TED Talks. So I criticized Shah Rukh Khan's content, which I found was pretty bland and boring. And I commented on his delivery, which I didn't think was very great. So all the Shah Rukh Khan cocksuckers who love to give him a blowjob and worship him as a god, how dare you criticize, you motherfucker, you fuck your family, fuck you, you know, Shah Rukh Khan is God. And you can suck on Shah Rukh Khan's juicy balls and enjoy all the nutrients that he offers you. But I'm sorry, he's not God for me. He's just a fucking entertainer. He's just a bloody actor who does movies and people pay to see him. Yes, he has lots of money, but that doesn't mean I bend over and worship him like a fucking god. He is very successful in terms of money. He's one in billions who has managed to click, survive, and sustain in an industry where you cannot. So it's just a matter of luck. He is, I think, 50 plus something. He has had enough and more surgeries on his face, enough and more hair transplant if you look at it closely, and enough and more. I'm pretty sure he has taken all the related medicines, as you call it, medicines, supplements, to make him look young and keep his six-pack. And people like to believe, oh, he's natural. He eats vada, sambar, dosa, and rice and chicken, and he does. That's how he has six-pack. Yeah, please don't teach your father how to fuck. That's what I tell people. So I criticize him because for me, he's not a god. If he's your fucking god, you can suck on his ass or eat his ass or, you know, suck his balls or give him a blowjob. I give a fuck. For me, he's a normal guy. That's about it. He's great at maybe acting for you. If he does that, he's great at acting. Maybe he can come out with the shittiest movie and earn billions of dollars. Good. So give him a fucking blowjob, okay? But for me, his movies suck. His acting is overacting. I have a different taste in terms of acting. If you were to ask me, I would say something powerful like Shawshank Redemption, The Green Mile, Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks, or Liam Neeson, or Daniel Day-Lewis. If you actually look at Daniel Day-Lewis, especially his movie My Left Foot, where he plays a paralyzed guy, he literally had to teach himself how to use his left foot and use his foot to actually write, draw, and paint with his left foot. Think about it, that you are an actor who's teaching himself to use his foot and play a paralyzed guy. So for me, those are great actors, not the actors who cry, have romance, and sing and ding, 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 dance. I'm sorry, that for me is not great acting. So that was about Shah Rukh Khan. Now, the reason I brought up Shah Rukh Khan is because it seems that I got this email from this company, which is Dubai City Company. They have actually sent with the title that says Shah Rukh Khan invites. And over there, they put a video of Shah Rukh Khan where he invites you to be the guest of Dubai City Company. So they're using, I don't know whether they have the actual permission to use him, but even if they did have, for me, I marked this email as a spam. And Dubai City Company, to my surprise, turned out to be a recruitment agency which is advertising for jobs. So I look at this company and this website as a scammer because, number one, I didn't subscribe to their emails and they send me an unsolicited email. So they are spammers. The second one is they are using Shah Rukh Khan's name, his video, in the title. So it's like I don't see Shah Rukh Khan talking about Dubai City Company. So for me, this is a company that raises red flags, and I would complain about this company to the authorities. Okay, the next one is I received this from a reader. Indian parents beat up kid after he gets B plus in a blood test where his neighbor's kid got A plus. So I don't know if this news is true or false, but this was a pretty silly article where it seems a couple in Mumbai thrashed their 9-year-old kid. I mean, are people still so uneducated unless this was from the village? But if it's from the village, how would they even come to know the news A plus or B plus? Okay. The next one is, this one is a crazy one. I had two expats in Dubai contact me. They are in their 30s. They called me separately. So they wanted me to help them with their job, look at their resume and all that. And then this female goes on this drama where she says, Loy, I want you to sign a legal contract. I was like, what legal contract? You have to sign a legal contract where you say that will maintain my confidentiality, my anonymity, you'll not expose me to anyone. I said, what are you talking about? So he's like, yeah, you'll not tell about me to the whole world. So I asked her, let me understand this. What is your profile? Her profile is, she is going to be a fucking receptionist, okay, a senior level receptionist. Her salary must be $1,000 or something. So I asked her, can you please explain to me what is your panel? No, no, not my panel. My concern. My concern is, what will people say? What will people think? What will my parents say if they come to know that, you mentioned me on the video? I was like, who the fuck cares about you, bitch? Yeah, I seriously say, who the fuck cares about you, bitch? I mean, you're a nothing and fucking nobody. And you just earn a fucking $1,000. And you think that, oh, I'm going to speak about you on my fucking channel. Go fuck yourself. Oh, Lord, but you talk about other people. Give me a fucking name. Who the fuck did I speak about? Which client's name do you know? Give me his age, give me his company, give me a he or a she. No, but you talk about somebody. So who the fuck is this somebody? So if I talk about somebody, so who's the somebody? There are 9 million people in the fucking UAE. Who is the somebody then? No, I don't know, but we can maybe catch someone. Fucking paranoid bitch. And then you get this dog, he sound like this guy, he sound gay. Loy, people can maybe identify me. I'm looking for a decent job. Works in a shitty fucking job, gets a shitty fucking salary. Peanuts. And he's telling me, oh, Loy, Loy, people can maybe keep me confidential, keep me anonymous. Okay, Loy? Loy, only if you promise me, I'll give you money. Others, I'm sorry, Loy, I don't. I said, go, put your money up your fucking ass and fuck off. And then he kept sending me, please, Loy, you misunderstood me, Loy. Loy, don't misunderstand. Go fuck off. So if you're paranoid about me exposing you, don't fucking get in touch with me. I never fucking asked you to get in touch with me. It's so fucking retarded. It's like as if I'm sitting here to expose the people who are going to be my clients, who are giving me their daily bread, who are sharing information with you. Fucking retarded. Coming to a bit of good news, after all the retarded news, I got this recommendation from a gentleman. Obviously, I censored their names. He says that I had a resume branding experience with Mr. Machedo. Turned out to be a great experience. I believe that my resume was good enough to apply for a job, but he find out a lot of small, big mistakes which I done in my old resume. I'm a mistake, man. Okay. After the update, now it's become a complete professional resume. I have feeling more confident to apply for jobs. Also, I understand the importance of resume branding, and I strongly recommend all job candidates must do a resume rebranding before applying a job. I appreciate the effort that he took to write. I didn't think he would send me a recommendation. Thank you very much. Very kind of some people. For those of you who think this is fake, you can just Google my name on LinkedIn. There are at least, I think, 800 recommendations. Obviously, I can't fake 800 recommendations on LinkedIn with their name and identity. And you can go to my Facebook page, that is business page. There, again, you'd see more than 500 recommendations. So there, once again, I'm sure I can't fake it. So coming next to a reader who sent me information about Majid Al Futtaim. It seems Majid Al Futtaim has terminated 125 office staff and customer service yesterday. Their Paris group has closed down 4 of its restaurants. Paris Gallery is not. Paris Gallery is into perfumes. Why would they have restaurants? Okay, I don't know. Maybe he made a mistake. So Paris Gallery has closed down 4 restaurants. It doesn't make sense. Okay. Several shops have shut down due to non-payment of rent at Majid Al Futtaim. MAF, Mall of the Emirates. Sorry, Mall of the Emirates. So Majid Al Futtaim has filed a case on them. He got this information from an ex-Majid Al Futtaim staff. It seems that the shops are closing down in Burjuman and Wafi. So if you pass by Burjuman and Wafi, you can take a few photographs to prove it. It'll be nice. Because some people say I keep giving fake news. Another reader has informed me, he just sent me this information before I make this video. Qabdah Contracting, which is supposed to be the largest contracting company in Sharjah, they have received a 5 months notice from Sharjah municipality, and apparently they're going to close down. I got this from the employee of Qabdah Contracting. Now, the website is still up and running, except one area of their website which I think shows an error when I checked on their projects, I think. But can someone confirm if Qabdah Contracting is going bankrupt? Because this is information from one of their employees. Now, another reader has sent me, now this is my regular reader, viewer. He told me that Abu Dhabi shops are closing down, sent me a photograph. And he also told me that many of them are giving stock for cheap and they are shutting down, they are having clearance sale. Salam Studios is, which has been operating in the UAE from the 1950s, it's closing down. I was pretty shocked and surprised, Salam Studios, because they are a very powerful brand. When I asked him why, he said it's because they are owned by Qataris, Qatar nationals. So all their goods are being sold at 25 to 70% off. As I read this, it seems all the shops are closed down. They are even selling their camera accessories at 40 to 75% off. And he sent me a photograph of that. It seems the only one open is in Wafi. And before you know it, it seems all of them are going to be, whatever stock that they have, they will sell it. I got this reader from Dubai who said, Sobha Freehold. Okay, it has buildings in Business Bay. It seems the management has financial problems. Unit owners have not been paying their monthly charge and parking fees. Many have defaulted over the 5 years. Situation is bad to worse, and he sent me a screenshot. So if anyone knows what is happening with Sobha, please let me know. It seems their properties are going to be sold off in auction because they can't make money. Then I got this reader in still based in Dubai. This is what he wrote to me. I'll just give you a nutshell. Me and my wife were having a nice life. We had many dogs in our house, many animals. My wife was making around 20,000 dirhams per month. I had my own business. We both were making good money. In 2017, my wife had surgery on her knee. Doctors also said she required back surgery. We refused. She couldn't work for a few months, because of which she got laid off. 2018, my business crashed and the company closed down. We couldn't pay our rents. The landlord put a case on us, and because it was under my wife's name, she got jailed for 11 days. Finally, after she got freed. It's during the jail time that she asked me to buy an oxygen machine from the pharmacy. When I asked her why did she want that, she said because a 3-month-old baby who was in jail with the mother needed it. It seems that there are many women in jail with their babies. Police refuse to give oxygen to even the new babies, even if the doctor approves. My wife gets nightmares about this incident. Now, personally speaking, I do not know which jail is this. Is this Dubai, Sharjah, Ras Al Khaimah? My gut feeling is it can be Ras Al Khaimah, because that is where I've heard many of such cases are there. So anyway, it would be nice if someone could confirm this. Okay, so he says that his wife still has nightmares about that incident. So he just told me to share this. So please be careful. Don't think that the jails follow international law of treating people like human beings. Now, this one is a shocking news. A lady in Macedonia, I was expecting something like this to stem up, because you get clones who copy big incidents. Lady from Dubai has ran away to Macedonia. She has 4 children. Her husband and husband's family turned on her after she asked for a divorce. Her Twitter, I'll put the link below. Her Twitter is Hind Albolooki. Hind Albolooki. Her Twitter handle is @HALBOLOOKI. Okay. When you click on it, you get her video that is put there. It's titled "Help me to find place to save my life." Okay. When you click on the video, it is a 1-minute video where she's actually speaking about, she's giving her introduction that she's from Dubai and she has problems. So I would suggest and recommend that you watch this video. What I'll do is I'll play this 1-minute video that is put on Twitter. I don't know if there can be a copyright strike, so obviously I don't want to play it. So Google search by yourself, find out about this video, and I'm pretty sure, when a girl puts a video, there are many people, oh, don't worry, I'm there for you, and this and that. So personally, what I look at it is, this is a copycat, and I don't think Canada with Justin Trudeau is going to come and say, let me save you from Emirates because you approached us. They're not going to do, because they got enough and more publicity by Rahaf, and they realized, oh, it's not working out. So they dumped Rahaf. Maybe now she's working in some McDonald's or cleaning toilets somewhere, because obviously she only knows Arabic. She doesn't know any other language. Flipping burgers, because she doesn't know anything else. And nobody's going to bother about this female. I want to see which government comes forward, which United Nations arm comes forward. I don't think anyone is going to be bothered, and her news will just die off. As of now, when I look at it, let me just check how many views has she got. She has got around 48,000 views. Is there anyone who has sent her money? I doubt anyone will send her money. Just free advice that will be given to her, and nobody will care. So that's my view on this. I know you might think, oh Lord, you are so evil. I give you the real story. Now I got this reader who has sent me, this is what he says. Hi Lloyd, greetings from India. I watch your channel. Keep up the good work. I'm currently working with a company that has operations in the South Asia and Middle East region. There is a vacancy in my company for a very senior position for sales. You can forward this to your clients. Do not publicize this. It's for a South Asia or Middle East manager. They seem to be giving a very attractive package, but it should be someone who has international sales experience, who'd like to move to India and travel in and around the Middle East. So Indians, if you're looking for something in sales, which is related to, I think, electronics, okay, I'm pretty sure they would give you good training. Now, when I read about them, they are into safety, health, and environment related technologies, and they're based in India. It's a pretty robust company. I checked it. So if anyone wants, that is, just let me know. I'd be happy to qualify you as my client first. And if you're qualified and I feel that you're worth it, I'll forward the details. Otherwise, I'm sorry, I'll not. Very attractive package for the right candidate and a good life in India. Last and not the least, we have Qnet scam. It seems that one of the readers, he wrote to me, it seems they sell watches and which are overpriced and which they buy from Hong Kong sweatshops, but they tell you and they claim that it is Swiss made. I know this because I was selling it myself. This is what he claims. I watched a video about the Qnet independent representatives who call themselves part of Ocean Group. They are very actively fooling people in Kerala and Bangalore and have been targeting college students for their selfish agenda. He did share some news articles, but those articles, the videos were 2017. If you Google Qnet multi-level marketing for college students in India, it was reported by Malayalam Manorama, but it was 2017. And he did send me a link, which I'll put down below. Qnet multi-level marketing scam busted, 57 arrested across India. This is a latest video that he shared with me, and you can check the link if you go on YouTube. It's by one of the Indian channels which gives you breaking news from Republic World. So guys, these are the updates both from the news as well as readers. Like I always tell you, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't like it, thumbs down. Put your comments. I always read your comments. And you want to support the channel, you can always contribute through PayPal to Machedo.com. So this is me saying goodbye for now. Take care. And I hope for those of you looking out for jobs, you get a well-paying job. Take care.